Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're back with some more Timberborn. Last we left off, we got our dam finally finished. Yeah, guys. Amazing. We finally have like a nice decent sized pool of water to pull from. Alright. We're 1.71 days away from a drought, that's fine. Yeah, we got this going here. That's all nice and dandy. Let's see, what else do we got going on around here? Um, 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 we're finally getting in, what was it? Actual good chunk of food. That's nice. And, we're back down to, like a decent amount of workers. Holy shit. They even noticed that last episode. We're actually at a decent amount of workers today. That's great. We're pretty much working at full capacity here now. Let's see, is there a building that's not working at full capacity? There is. Well, I mean, besides this, but that's because you can't even get there yet, because we don't have pine resin. Why do we not have pine resin? Because we, don't have the people to make pine resin. Alright. I should probably get built. We need to get rid of this whole walk right now. We don't need all this. We don't need all this. Plus, it's underwater, too. Alright. I guess. I mean, technically, the next step would probably be to bring it out here, if we felt like bringing it out there, but... I mean, look at this, we got control of all of this, that's decent enough for me. For now, at least. Then again, let's see. Let's get these douchers in here. I do want me some more thingies in here eventually. Or not eventually, but I do want this guy to, like, have more of this for his crappy crops. If you know what I mean. Okay. Hold on. I could have sworn I was hearing like a scratchy sound. That's never a good sign of anything. Got water coming in through here, that's fine. Eventually I do want to bring this out more. At least out to here, maybe here-ish. So you still want to get that. I'll get rid of this because it's not really needed. I think with this and this. Instead, we're gonna connect you guys up with these. If I'm not a dum-dum. Right. If you're noticing a little bit of a difference with mouse speed, that's because I did change something with my mouse speed. Or more specifically with Windows setting. I saw this YouTube short that pretty much it explained that if you have a certain setting enabled in like the Windows mouse settings, it'll slow down your mouse speeds quite a bit. So yeah, this 2400 DPI feeling a lot nicer now. Feeling a lot more like 2400 DPI. Or 2400 if you want to call it 2400 DPI. I'm thinking. We could try and get up here, maybe? If I'm not a dum-dum about it. I guess we'll wait on this. At least this specifically, or this right here. Get rid of this. And yeah. not really much I can do that's gonna allow me to... Yeah, okay, maybe I can't just like that. Okay, that makes sense. As long as you select it one at a time and don't do the drag click. I need pathing up here. Cool beans. Okay. And then, let's see. I don't know. So, did y'all hear about Elon Musk's, findings? About, like, what was it? How, or not even Elon Musk's findings, I think it was, like, the, someone in the government leaked, information on, I forgot what the exact, freaking organization was, I can't remember exactly, but it was a government organization that was colluding with big tech to censor people. Yeah. Meaning the US government has been pulling some shady shit. I mean, if you haven't, if you didn't know about this already, then, like, you're kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, we already, most of us already knew the US government should never be fucking trusted. Especially not with the Democrats in office, like, the Democratic Party, and they're all about freaking scamming the shit out of everybody. Scamming the shit out of everybody, they're all about making things worse for everyone that's not the rich. You know? That's what they've mostly been about, like, even when they were trying to get Elon, although they were trying to, like, tax Elon Musk like a shit ton, like, did you guys even know, like, what much Elon Musk paid in taxes this last year? I forgot the exact number, but it was somewhere in the billions. Billions, guys. Like, I believe the actual number was a lot higher than anyone has ever paid in taxes on planet Earth. He paid more in taxes than anyone has ever on planet Earth. You know? And they want to tax him more? What are they thinking? Obviously, they're not thinking a whole lot if they want to tax him more. Yeah, it kind of sucks that I can't, like, put a freaking thing over this, because he technically could. If, like, and by technically could, I mean it's feasible, it could work. But, you know, let's see. Other news, things that I've heard about. I don't know. Oh, TikTok. I saw a thing on about TikTok, they're, from the quartering, actually. It seems like, TikTok is in trouble, mostly because their Chinese headquarters is still pulling data from, TikTok users. It's still doing that. Like, telling them to stop doing that was not enough, telling them that they can't, that everything has to be moved to the US as far as, like, US servers and all that. That hasn't stopped them from pulling data. That they're still pulling data. And if you don't believe that they are, you're kidding yourself. So TikTok might actually end up getting banned because it is an absolute threat to national security, especially if Chinese government can't keep their noses where it don't belong, or out of where it belongs, out of where it don't belong. There we go. That's the words I was looking for. Also, speaking about the Chinese government, you didn't know, China is in a communist party right now. Because they are. They're being run by a communist party, if you had no idea. Honestly, I had no idea until I started watching people like The Quartering. And Daily Wire and all that. You know, I had no idea. But now I know. Now I'm aware. Yeah, we don't want Chinese... We don't want... I don't think people understand. We don't want to be dealing with communist people. We don't want communist frickin' companies in our businesses. We don't want them running shit in here, okay? We don't want them to have anything to do with Americans whatsoever. And I'm not just saying, and that's not just because, like, oh, you know, the communists, woo, communists, ooh, scary. No, nothing like that. In fact, it's the exact opposite here. Yeah, it's more so like, yeah, if we let communists like into our country, they're gonna like change people's beliefs. They have changed people's beliefs. You know how many freaking Americans have more communist beliefs than they did like before TikTok existed? A lot more. A lot more. And yeah, it's not to like. I'm not saying I'm not trying to discuss this like in bad faith. It's all in good faith here. Like I want you guys to understand that um America does not need shit like that in our country. We do not need that shit in our country. In fact, I would rather it stayed outside of our country. Because yeah, if you didn't know, like because we have freedom of speech here in our country, our uh, everything here is like very fragile. Like um because of freedom of speech, no speech gets censored whatsoever unless it's like blatant, clear as day hate speech or inciting violence. Pretty much like that's when you're gonna end up getting like censored big time. Is when you're blatantly inciting violence and all that fun stuff. That's when you should get censored. But anyway, because we have freedom of speech, there's no controlling speech. You know, so yeah, it allows other countries to just come in and start spouting nonsense that we as people don't actually believe in. You know, that's what it actually allows. That's what having freedom of speech actually allows. But that's why we need to like actually hold some accountability within our own country, along with making sure that we don't just allow other countries' companies to force their ideologies on us. You know, we need to tell them, hey, you know what? If your company is trying to push all this shit, then we don't want you here. Okay? Like, especially like with media and stuff. Like, media is a big thing where you can indoctrinate anybody through media. Like, the woke left, they try to say that Republicans are indoctrinating people, but it's really the woke left who have been indoctrinating thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people, into freaking communist ideologies. You know? I know I've been talking about this for a well over like 10 minutes here, but hey, you know what? We need to have these discussions here. I feel like, because you know, I just try to keep things not so political, but as with how things are right now, with elections coming up, with all that stuff, I gotta talk about this somewhat. You know, I feel like I need to talk about this somewhat. Um, speaking of elections, if you're voting Democrat, you're absolute everything that's wrong with this country. I'm sorry. I am sorry, but voting Democrat is everything that's wrong with this country right now. We have we have high gas prices because of Democrats. We have a shit economy because of Democrats, and they like to try and force the blame on the fact that, or on President Trump, because they feel that Trump is the reason we have these issues, but in reality, they're the reason we have these issues in the first place. Let's see, let's get these guys up here. Wait, no, never mind, not that. Ignore this. But yeah, they try to say that Trump left them with this economy, but let me just make a couple things clear. When Trump was in office, we had a pipeline going up, we had the construction on the wall working, we had people working on construction on the wall. Um, again, the pipeline was about to be opened up, but then, lo and behold, freaking, uh, Shitman, aka Joe Biden. I'm calling him Shitman, by the way, because he's absolute shit. He all his policies that he's freaking had here are absolute crap policies that don't really do anything for the average American citizen. They don't. In fact, just about every policy he has been against, or been working against, freaking the average American. If you know what that means. If you can even understand what that means. And if you don't, I'll tell you what it means. It means he ain't shit, he ain't done shit. Everything he has done has, like, created chaos. Pretty much. That, or he's made the chaos even worse than what it was. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just getting all this stuff in here, if I can. No, it feels right. Alright. Now, I'm gonna get some extra housing in here, potentially. Okay. We got that there. Let's get stuff like this going through here, and then we'll figure out some more housing here. Could unlock this. I'm gonna get this guy going in like this. Yeah. Like this, something special for you. Something special. And, yeah. I know I can't do that crap. Crapolas. I'll have to do this thingy. I'll have to do the, single stair. That stair thingy. Alright. But anyway, as I was saying here, that Joe Biden has done absolutely nothing for this country. In fact, he's just made it worse and worse. If you try to argue that he made it better, you're lying to yourself. The man's frickin' sold our oil reserves to other countries, which might actually be proven to be illegal, by the way. He's just done all kinds of shit that don't make sense. You know? All kinds of things that don't make sense for this country to fucking do. Or deal with, or have any fucking anything. Like, yeah, and he's freaking that he's told the Americans that half of America is like an extremist group. I mean, to be fair, he's right, but it's not the right half. He was talking about the wrong half. The wrong half. And when I say wrong half, I mean he literally addressed the wrong half as an extremist group. Like, it's not the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, who are extremist group. It's the woke left, who are the extremist group. If you disagree, that's your problem, not mine. But it is the woke left who have been proven to be the issue here. Like, they're forcing social media companies to, like, censor people and shit, too. It's dumb. and censorship is again like the exact opposite of what this country needs. This country needs like open conversation. It needs less restrictions on like speech. It needs less restrictions on all that stuff. But the people, just for whatever reason, the woke left wants more restrictions, and they want more government control. When we need less government control, we need less government. Period. You know. Like, we don't need all this extra government shit that they want. You know, like, they're going as far as saying that, like, what was it? I forgot what it was. God damn, I lost my train of thought. Let's see. The woke left have gone as far as saying that, like, well, actually, I'll talk about a couple of my personal conversations that I've had with woke left individuals. I've had somebody tell me that I'm a fascist for telling them what our freaking government is. Like, the specifics on what our government is, because everyone wants to keep saying that, oh, we're a democracy. Oh, we're a democracy. Well, this is hurting our democracy. We're not a freaking democracy, guys. I hate to break it to you all, but we're not a democracy. We are a constitutional federal republic. That is what our country is. That is what our country has been since freaking the Declaration of Independence, since the Constitution, since federal government even freaking got established here. Like, that is what our governance has been. A freaking constitutional federal republic. And I say this also because, like, I mean, technically, a republic is a form of democracy. I get that. It is a form of democracy, but it is specifically a republic for a reason. You know, like, in a true democracy, the people, they don't vote for representatives. They vote on issues as, like, people themselves. The people themselves are the representatives. They don't vote for representatives. And then, in a democracy, it's usually majority rules, meaning, majority of the population gets the majority of the say, or all of the say, you know? And then, which, again, that doesn't sound like what we have. If you really look at it, it doesn't sound like what we have. What we have here is, we don't have majority rule. We have, actual fucking laws that, in fact, state that we do not have. If we ever have majority rule, there is a fucking problem. We need to address it. Like, and in democracy, there's also no regulated government, and here we have regulated government. You know, we have all these things that are set us so far apart from an actual democracy. People don't realize it. It bugs the shit out of me that people don't realize it. It bugs the shit out of me that people are too afraid to just admit that we do not live in a fairy tale land where whatever they want happens, you know? And I know I'm getting all political and going off on these tangents and everything, but I feel like it needs to be said. Plus, there's not a whole lot going on this episode, like... No, so we're just getting a couple extra houses built in here. A couple extra pathways. I mean, what more do you want from me here? Okay. But, I guess on top of, like, everything else that's going on, you know, we've established we're not a democracy, okay. We are a constitutional federal republic, okay. You know what else we are? We are a free country. Freedom is, like, our thing, and freaking every Democrat you talk to, they'll try to undermine our freedoms. They will. especially like the woke Democrats, the woke left. They will undermine your freedoms by, or like I guess I had this one conversation with someone where we were discussing like food and whatnot, and I told them like I'd rather, you know, be allowed to grow my own food and all that shit, and because having gardens and things and uh farms that are not like owned for like business purposes are being banned in some states, I think, or at least that's what I've read. But anyway, they told me I better share my fucking food that I'm growing, because it was like a anecdotal thing. It was like a pretty much like a, if I had a farm, this is what I would do. And so I told them that I would not be sharing my food. Why? Because I'm growing my food so that way I can provide for my family or possibly for the people around me. I'm not gonna send my food across the states if I don't have to. If I have the excess food, I will. But, fucking, that's a whole lot of extra work, you know? Like, and they're like, no, you gotta share your food. They're like, you better share your food. As if me choosing not to share my food frickin', like, ignited a fire in their frickin' hearts or some shit. Or in their blood. Like, holy shit. I had another conversation with somebody where, that they straight up told me that they wish, America never, separated from, from the Brits. They straight up told me they wish we never separated from the Brits. I'm just like, you do not realize what you are saying. You live in America and you wish we didn't separate from the Brits? What are you doing living in America, dude? Like, the reason we separated from the British was because they were taxing the fucking shit out of us, and we were not happy about it. And apparently, it's perfectly, according to them, it's perfectly fine to just, you know, ignore the fact that their talking points, their everything about them is just, ugh. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on these people. I'm just saying, like, I've had these conversations, I've freaking seen what it's like, or how they think, and how they think is completely idiotic, you know? Take me some water, drink me some water, rather. Oof. And, I don't know, like, how these people think that it's absolutely nuts. They can't fucking take 2 seconds to realize what they're saying. Like, you guys live in this country and you're literally going against everything this country believes in 100% of the time. Like, how can you... How does one deal with that? How does one accept that? Well, I see a problem here. Okay, well, you can't make stuff until that gets changed to something else here. Change it to a T. Alright. But how can someone just sit there and say, oh, they wish we didn't separate from the Brits, when they don't even understand what was going on? I tried to explain it to her, like what the Boston Tea Party was about, even, and she was like, I don't want to listen to this. I don't care. I think it's like, so she didn't want to learn about history. She straight up told me she did not care about history. How can you not care about history? History is important. It's how we learn to not repeat things, you know? And yet, the woke want to talk about all the time how, you know, if you gotta know your history in order for you to not repeat it. They're the ones who are always saying that shit. but then when it comes to actually trying to teach them history, they don't want to learn it. Like, what the fuck? What the absolute shit? You know? Like, it absolutely baffles me, dude. It baffles me how stupid these people are. I mean, hopefully, with the purchase of Twitter, we can maybe get some normalcy here, and with the ban of TikTok, assuming TikTok gets banned, I'm not sure if it's going to. It sounds like it might, and it should get banned, in my opinion. But if it gets banned, assuming it gets banned, um, things should like normalize at least a little bit. Hopefully, people will realize how stupid they were. Although I'm not quite sure with some of these people, man. Some of these people are, wow, like they're just out there, and they're so disconnected from their own realities. Let's see. We can actually get douchers in here. Okay. Which could then allow me to do what? I don't know. I mean, I guess if anything, I could get doucher in here. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. How about well-being stuff? Yeah, we'll get some well-being stuff in here. Shrine thingy. And then a decoration thingy. One of these things. Okay. But yeah, the, how people think in this country absolutely baffles me. Like, how can you let yourself, like, hate this country? And, I know, I mean, America, there's another thing I want to talk about here. America used to be great. It used to be. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not so great right now. But it used to be great, like 100% it used to be great. Like, we fought for what was right. We had, I quote, had the highest IQ, or not IQ, but we had, we were basically leading in education in multiple areas. Like, we were leading in education, we were leading in manufacturing, we were leading in exportations and all that stuff. We were leading in all the good things. All the good things. You know, and then, I don't know what exactly happened, I don't know all my history here, but something happened where, pretty much, they stopped caring about all that stuff, where we stopped caring about all that stuff, rather. You know? Which, for some, that sounds like a, potentially, a horrible thing, honestly. Like, it is a horrible thing, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's absolute shit that we stopped caring about that stuff, because, like, that stuff is actually important. You know? You look at the world now, and who's leading in education right now? It's China. It's Japan. Who's leading in, like, what was it? The only thing we're really leading in right now that's good, maybe, but we're also falling behind now, technically, is our financial system. Financially, we are probably still the wealthiest people on the planet, but that's also covered by a small minority of people. It's the 1% that has, like, all the money here. Yeah, but I mean, the US dollar, it still has, like, higher value than most of the country's currencies do. Like, I believe yen, it's like, I forget the conversions, but I think it's somewhere upwards of the, like, thousands of, like, I think it's like maybe 1,000, 10,000 yen per dollar. Somewhere around there, I think. Somewhere in the thousands of yen per dollar. Okay. And then, like, British pounds, I think it's like, I don't know, like 1/2 British pounds or something like that per dollar, something around there. A pound and a half, something around there, I don't know. I don't know exact conversions, but I know it's like not too far behind from the US dollar. I'll put it that way. Not too far behind. It might even be ahead here. We don't know. I don't know, personally. I don't keep up with everything. I try to keep up with as much as I can, but I can't keep up with anything. I'm only one person. Um, let's see here. And then, let's see, what else can I talk about here? And well, the devaluing of the American dollar. The American dollar has slowly been losing value over time. I'm sure you all have heard this before. I'm sure I've talked about it a couple times. Wait, no, I haven't talked about it at all on this. But yeah, the American dollar is slowly losing its value. I'm sure you, again, as I said already, I'm sure you've probably heard it a billion times already. But it's the truth. It's slowly losing its value because we don't export things anymore. We're not a leading oil producer. We're not leading in producing anything. If anything, we're leading in producing freaking stupid people. Okay, that's what we're leading in producing. Stupid people. You know, if that sounds about right, that's because it probably is about right. Um, like, well, actually, I take that back. There's probably other countries in Africa that are probably leading in that. Not to bash on Africa. Africa is a great, beautiful country. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but their education is still far below what we have here. Although the food they eat is a lot healthier looking. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Bobby. Good job, Zach. Use your words. Um. How are we gonna get this in here? How are we gonna do this? Okay, think I figured it out. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay. Get rid of that doucher. And then let's get this doucher in here. And then we get this doucher. Okay. Alright, but anyway, as I was saying here, um, like, what was it? We are not producing anything here. We don't produce anything here. We produce some things, we produce, like, basic things, but we're not producing, like, things en masse and exporting them out everywhere, you know? We're not producing like, a whole lot. We really aren't. Like, if I forgot when it was. I think it was like sometime around the Great Depression when they started shutting down factories and whatnot. That's we still haven't recovered from that. Honestly, we haven't. If you want to talk about, like, our manufacturing power, it hasn't recovered from that. We have yet to recover from that. You know. All right. Whole lot of pathing in here, I guess. But anyway, what else was I talking about here? Oh yeah, the American dollar. American dollar. Trying to keep my train of thought on the same thing, you know? Um, we don't have like a lot of the things that we should here. We don't. I'll be honest with you, we don't have a lot of the things we should here. We don't have a lot of the freedoms we should. I mean, we do have them, but they're few and far between, to be honest with you guys. To be completely honest with you guys, they are. No, well, we don't have, it's not that we don't have the freedoms, we have all the freedoms we have. For a reason, we have, in fact, we have the most freedoms of any country, but what I mean is that we don't have much of, like, the, if you want to have a business here, it's, like, if you want to be a manufacturer, or you want to work in a mine or something, it's hard to find work for that. Or, like, they don't have a whole lot of manufacturing plants anymore. They don't have a lot of the fun things that... Well, that's the wrong thing. Good job, me. Thankfully, I had the 100 or so, 500 or so science here. Let's see. We'll cancel a couple trees to be cut here. Cancel out this. Get rid of... Yeah, we'll leave those uncut. So that way when they get this in, it'll be fine. Logs, planks, and gears, cool beans. And I just want to get this observatory built. As soon as we get that built, we'll be good. Oof. Stomach gases, guys. Stomach gases. Anyway, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. And I'll see you in the next video.